Hello, and welcome to the Youth Pulse podcast with me, Dico De Andrew, where we discuss pressing issues of this generation with heartful conversation, inspiring stories, and diverse perspective on girl-child marriage, reproductive health, education, youth champions, and climate, among other compelling topics, meeting your needs. Join us today to be informed, empowered, and engaged. The Youth Pulse podcast is speaking from our hearts. Welcome to the Youth Pulse podcast. My name is Dico De Andrew, and I'm your host for this very episode. And the other episode that you miss watching, it's a Kanjeli. Just go to our YouTube channel. Even you can go to Facebook and watch the rest of the episode. But for today, we have landed ourselves into the 30 episode. And by the way, it's been a long journey. We must help for you to just be starting from 1 up to 30. But each and every time, it's an exciting one. And I do love to say thank you so much for always tuning in and looking forward for each and every episode that comes afterward. But for today, we're going to be having another topic that we also love to engage with our guests. Today, we're going to be diving into girl-child marriage. First episode, I think first or third, it was about girl-child marriage, but this time is going to be a little bit different as it being part 2 of it. So why not we introduce our guests as they are here to tell us who they are, what their talent, and what they're doing. So we can start. Whom we will go first?
After you.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'm called Raja Charity.
Okay.
I'm a girl child activist, Secretary General for GOMI,
Okay.
Girls on the Move Initiative.
Okay.
And I'm a CEO and founder of Pseudo Poetry Hub.
Interesting. That's nice. And you?
Big one though. Annette Stephen.
Okay.
I'm just a believer,
Okay.
and I am also from the Girl Guides Association.
Okay.
That's what I do for a living.
Okay.
Simple.
Interesting. And as with all the titles that you've been having, and you people are young. So with the both of them, we are going to be diving direct to our conversation, Tana. And if you're in charge, like you are just in a position, what's the first thing you will change to prevent girl-child marriage, or even like let's take it first. Like, what is child marriage means to you?
Actually, for me, I think child marriage it's an obstacle that is really driving us away from the very best thing that we can do in future and things ahead of us. And if I am to be like in that position where I should take the step, one thing that I would do, I will create an environment where every girl should be busy, no matter what, where you are and how far you are. You must be busy in social media and a project, like anything that can be helpful, or even a company that can occupy girls present, and they would not lean forward much in their homes and in their thoughts, and they'll have a very bright place to be.
Okay. And you?
In the first place, I will not just change the narrative about girl child marriage or prevent it, but rather for us to change, you cannot just change me while not giving me an awareness, while not teaching me, while not telling me this is this and that. So I would rather create a place in a public, give awareness to the elders, give awareness to the people who do such thing. So tell them that girl-child marriage is something that is harmful and that. So the second thing that I would also do, I will provide a safeguard place for girls, be it an initiative, be it something that is also coordinating with the law that can provide a safe place for girl child.
Okay. And do you think education will play a very big role into ultimate defense against child marriage? And if so, why?
Trust me, education will not only play a big role, but it has played. Because if you can see, as we have studied here, not so far, but we know the consequences of child marriage.
That's for sure.
Yes, and the very best thing that I know that education can do in this part, the way it educates us. It takes us so far that whenever this only the thought of child marriage, once it comes to your to your
You just
mind,
think like,
yeah, you will know that
yeah.
it's just a red flag. You need to just go out of it.
That's for sure.
This is what I can say.
And even like with education, I feel like some parents are educated, but still,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
feel like people can be educated, but still, if like we don't want to remove it out of our head.
Trust
Most
me.
especially when you focus now, even men with PhD holders, they
Yes.
are practicing such
That's the
things.
thing.
Yeah.
And even like when it comes to that, like even they can do rallies, man. Like
Yeah.
like they can do rallies. Who is going to pay much amount of dowry and all the thing? Yet
Like a
deep down,
competition.
yes, a competition, and you know deep down, that girl is a child. Like she's not even ready. And I can tell even like marriage itself, if you're not ready, or there's a certain age that someone needed to be matured about, because like yes, you can be 21, 22, but still there's that thing that you'll be missing, and it will be more of an early marriage. It can be instated into that. So I
Yeah.
feel like our community need to outgrown the banat first, like put them in education, let them finish school, and from there let them be there for themselves first, then someone can come into their life. I don't know, how do you guys think with it?
I align with that because education is not only defense, but it has played a big role. Being given that a girl child can go to school,
Yeah.
when she goes and she can find other supportive people, well wishes,
Yeah.
she can share her thoughts with them. But when in the home, like all the communities against her, because what they look for is rituals.
Yes.
They look for the positive part where they can get dowries and all that, but they don't focus deep down on the girl child.
Yeah.
They don't focus how she feels. They don't even care about the impact what she will do in the future.
That's for sure. You mentioned earlier on the thinking of child marriage, you just get shiver.
Trust me.
How can you tell us more, especially in your age and or the group of your age mate as well? Like what does like how do they feel about the idea of a child marriage?
Actually, I saw a lot of victims. You know, when we were in primary, we had a lot of child marriage.
Where
As
was
for
that?
us, that's back in, I think, the 2016,
Okay.
2016. Back then,
They
we
can't fit
had,
Mahal. They can't fit
that's in FIDA
Okay.
primary school
here in Juba.
in Juba, yeah. And we only did not hear, but we sang about it. But trust me, the idea of it and how it affects, we had no clue. It's only when we are in secondary, this is when you go through a lot of knowledge about it. So I saw some victims in areas that I thought it was just an emotion where you debate on it or something like that.
Yeah.
But the fact that I saw it in our country specifically, it hurts. And there is this moment where there's a victim, a girl. She was married early, and she but then wanted her career. She escaped. I don't know how, but she escaped. She just stood for herself.
Yeah.
Because they told her it's either your career or this marriage. She escaped from the marriage. She came back home. And after her coming back home, if you see this girl, you will know that early child marriage, it's the worst thing you will ever go through.
Was she welcomed back home?
Yes. She was welcomed, but not with an open arms.
Yeah.
She forced herself.
Yeah.
Because the door was open. It's like, if you want to get in, you can get in. No one cares about you. So she came in, but after that, she struggled for herself. I can't specify or reveal the identity of that person, but it's a true story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Will you share another side of a story as well?
Okay, well, the idea makes me feel very bad because, in an extent, there is a certain act that happened in my area where I stay, and a certain girl was raped. Of course, it was an agreement between her mother and father for that man to come in, because the aunties have an authority where to protect the girl, but they need that thing that the man will provide for them, because it's like the man give them like, we will provide for you plots, we will provide for you anything you want, you must give us your child.
Are those the real parents?
It's a real. So
The Abuto Umato.
Umato Abuto Nesia. So the man came in and raped the girl. He first called the girl. He wanted to give the girl money for breakfast. So the girl said, "No, I can go without that. I'm used to that." He insisted until he reached to the extent of bringing the girl inside and raped the girl. After that, the girl could not even feel herself because she's traumatized. What she told her mother was, "Mama, I feel like I'm a married woman now." The mother said, "Keep quiet. If you talk, where are we going to eat?" Imagine your own mother saying that. So she stepped out to a well-wishers and other initiatives that I could not mention, and they give her a hand, and now she's in university pursuing her second degree.
It's just so sad, like such stories are happening, and we can't help because of the situation that we are having. And you can tell that how much sometimes poverty or economical situation can put such things to occur in our communities. But also at the extent end, like, what do you think culture and tradition can play in supporting to girl child marriage when it comes to culture and tradition? Because like they feel like now, for instance, you have gotten your period, which means like they have this thing in them, like you have your period, you're now a woman, and you are ready to give birth. So like I feel like sometimes culture and tradition can also have an upper hand into child marriage, or even giving children out for marriage as well.
Yeah, sure. Well, I can refer to the Act, Child Act of 2008,
Yeah.
Chapter 2, Article 23. It states that right to protection from marriage and other negative harmful cultural and social practices.
Okay.
So when we go to subsection 1, from protection from early child marriage, and I can say that in communities, other communities, till now, they are playing a great role and they're contributing to early child marriage, because it reached to an extent that girls are shifted from the city to the village, because she's already she got her period.
Yeah.
She has to go, because she has to go and it's
Yeah.
time for marriage. When we reflect back to growth, when the child is already 13 years of age, she's already getting to know the house chores. She's already getting to know how to do this and that, because what the mother tells her is, you need to learn for your future purpose to handle your home. So this act of Child Act of 2008, the Juvenile Court came down and make it, and they're now taking great act in it, and they're putting it into consideration to make sure that a girl child is protected.
Will you be adding something else, Anita?
Actually, I can't add more because, let me say, I'm with a family, like they're educated, since like it's not something that's supposed to be private. Since I got my period, my mother has been supportive. The best part that I love, she have never ever in her day came up with an idea of a marriage or something like that. So I have been in an open compound where to look in traditions and to speak about tradition, it's something that we never went through.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how do you think early girl child marriage or early marriage could have an effect into communities?
Into community.
Yes.
Oh my God, this is the big place where it happens. It has happened, and if I'm to speak about how it can affect the community, it's how do you, because we believe that child marriage is from a child above, from the age of 13.
Yes.
From the age of 13. So the girls in age of 13 in communities, they have suffered in terms that they are how do you call a peer pressure. A peer pressure. When they go through a peer pressure, this is where it actually strikes them down. This is the part in community.
You can add? the effects of the early child marriage on communities.
The effect of the child marriage in the communities.
Mm.
Okay, if I'm to say, if I were taken back to my 13 years old age and such thing happened to me, I couldn't be the self-me that I am today.
Yeah.
I couldn't be in this same place that I am today. For example, let me say I'm pursuing journalism. Okay, and at that 13 years of age, you're forced to go for marriage.
Yeah.
You left your dreams. Like this affects a girl child to let her dreams being scattered away,
Yeah.
taken away. And let me say you're now at home doing your home chores, attending to your family.
Yeah.
So in the way of pursuing your career, when work needs you to go for an urgent field, you cannot, because you'll be in the middle. The field needs you to serve the public,
Yeah.
and the house needs you to serve your family.
Yeah. And in other hand, with us being the Gen Zs as well,
Yeah.
I feel also social media play a very big role. But how do you think social media could be used to set an awareness about the child marriage? Because like I can bet everybody's now having a phone. If you're not having a phone, your friend is having a phone and you're logging in.
And you'll
Sure.
be jealous even if you don't have.
That's the thing. So like I feel like social media can play a very big role in
Sure.
setting an awareness. So I don't know, how with you, like, do you think that social media can have this in hand?
I'll keep on saying that it has already played a big role. If we can look like 2 weeks back, there is this story there's the story of this young girl, the young a 9-year raped girl. She's raped. That was in Kenya, I think. It's in Kenya, and the story was everywhere. And if you
it's a South
remember-
Africa thing. Her name is Twitter.
Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you. Yeah.
She was 6 by
Trust me. Oh,
Yeah.
thank
Yeah.
you. Trust me. How social media played a part,
Yes.
like every corner.
the whole continent. I
Trust me.
can tell, like
That's
the whole
the
continent
point.
is speaking about
And
it.
this is how social media plays a big part, because the moment you tell the story, someone out there is being touched.
Yes.
Sorry, and someone out there being touched, they will start speaking, because not all of us are just empty, and not all of us are just quiet people. Some people can speak, and if you have seen the support the media and the people around
Yes.
gave to the mother,
really
me
crazy.
personally, seeing the media, it just gives you like cheers.
I signed
You'll
a
be-
petition, by the way. I did sign the petition.
Trust me,
Yeah.
a lot of people signed, and it was so helpful. This is a part where media can help in each and every corner.
Yeah.
The moment you just speak, the moment you just back about child marriage in social media, you will see every hand rising and each and every corner speaking.
Okay. Also, before you come and giving me a take on the social media, I feel like also in our community, shikila just zero mother wonu sufogo why. Especially as a person, if you are being raped, you cannot take it. Tell people. You feel there will be that shame. Even girl marriage became girl like, why are you talking about it? This is into us. I don't know, like how will you have a point in that as well?
Okay, in the first place, coming to the community, أول حاجة مبونسو قالي دي family خصوصيات ده حاجات تنا family. You are a stranger, why are you coming in? And secondly, I can add to her, she's right. When things have been posted online, shared by people, there are emotional support that can be given to the family.
Yes.
And not the family alone, but there can be someone that their heart will touch and they'll say, oh, I must help this, I must help it out.
Yeah.
Okay, and positive usage of social media outlets are correctly used, like in discussions.
Yeah.
People get to discuss it on social media. People get to discuss it. When you come to private life outside social media, you get to know that in the community, no one discuss about it.
Yeah.
No one talk about the culture. Yeah.
And also in our society, it's not only the one gender. We also do have the male gender, in which sometimes kanja in the rural areas, they'll say that you need to get married because bagarat alpija dafaletere bura akwana take bura jozubo. So like, how do you guys believe boys or men can play a role in ending child marriages as well?
After you.
I wish a male child can be here to respond to that. But yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
So I can say that if both genders are involved in decision making,
Mhm.
great strides and achievement will be possible in dues and cooperations, most especially when men join this fight.
Mm.
I think the early child marriage, we will hear
Stop.
about it no more.
Mhm.
Okay, lano enama baraw yabar fasotina can rujal the woman join in a fogo.
Mm.
I think our voice will be heard.
That's for sure.
I think we'll be in the same line with them, and the great thing that could be done is it should be included in our school's curriculum
Yes.
also, for other people to know how to protect it, how to use it, and how to also activist for it.
Yeah.
Mm.
And
Okay, it's speaking about introduced in school. It's the best thing, but also what I want to add is let them not see of age or the appearance. I remember in my primary school, I was the youngest, and they teach about girl child education from P4, primary 4. Since primary 4 I stepped, they never allowed me until P8. They did not accept, not until I forced myself. It's like every girl is going into that room. Why not me? Come on, seriously.
Yeah.
The only excuse they're telling me is that you're young. It's okay, I'm young. I'm now in P8. Come on, why would you block me?
Yeah.
I think every single age should be addressed about that, because
Yeah,
the
sure.
more you grow, the more your mind open,
Yeah.
and the more you have a lot of ideas
That's
about
for
it.
sure. And even not only in schools, but also like the growth of a child is start from home.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like I be bara min bed itaka abu wala uma wala auntie wala uncle wala ukut kabir wala even cousins, whoever is in the house. If you are elderly enough and mature enough, try to talk to the kids about it, especially the male child. Definitely sometimes we can get rakabu de data banat nedif hojata banat nedifo bakana data banat kasulumala bistaki data banat. So if it started with sharing the house cares responsibility, I think it will teach them something. Bira
Yeah,
bira
sure.
is small doses of information. They'll be the men that we would love to see in our society. And I think we can also avoid that. Bordo kan jafago community stadna jiranat Jenede can ban bamul haja galat, you can always talk to them. So you as a parent, but in matter yakanga malta do jeneta the jeneta, it's not your responsibility.
Yeah.
As you have mentioned, given like alasas wekenga, this is family issue, like you're a stranger, who are you to talk about it? This is we are not going to be have a safe in I get a community can wanna sad zeri bija. Kaman bordo I will also add, canais.
Yeah,
Churches. Mosque, whatever the religious sector are in, like they need to be talking to the young ones, because it will be so worse when they're
A
big.
child believes in what they see.
Yes, that's the thing. So I feel like it will always be good. It's a responsibility of everybody to deal with their girl child marriage, or even a child marriage. And as well, if you could send a message to a decision maker worldwide about child marriage, not only worldwide, especially in South Sudan, like what will be that message that you'd love to send?
Well, I can say to them, we need to calm down and follow the constitutions and the Child Act we have written,
Okay.
and we need to put it into practice. Not only that, but we have to give a safeguard place for the girl child, and not girl child alone, but a child,
Yeah.
both genders, so that they can learn from their childhood to where they are, so that they know the impact, the negative impact and the positive impact of such things in the community. Because now you're a presenter, okay? Let me say of you being resigning burden because of old age, okay?
Yeah.
So when we don't put these things into practice, it ends with us.
Yes.
Who will come and present after you go? There will be no one, and this place will be empty.
Yeah.
So we have to keep on putting these things into practice.
Okay. Annette?
Okay, speaking about not forgetting the rest that will be coming, I think they should document each and everything that speaks about girl child marriage. And secondly, also, digital platform should be wide worldwide about child marriage. It helps a lot, it improves a lot, and even each and every organization that has been open, they should know they have played a big role, and they should continue doing what they are doing, because they are helping a lot of people.
Indeed. When it comes to the Youth Pulse podcast, each and every time I keep saying, if the conversation is getting interesting, the time really flies so fast.
Yeah.
But we came to an end of our today episode. To my guest, thank you so much for passing by. This has been an insightful one, and we hope we share more of such conversation, whatever that we are stepping in, because like it's always a start from us to set an awareness and to make our communities aware about child marriages as well. And to you, viewers and listeners, this have been it. But if every time our voices matters, and the shabab ya bonus, so like they're your age, they're my age, and if we hear each other out, I think that our communities are going to be so safe. So let's fight against the child marriage, and your support make a difference. Remember, change start with knowledge, awareness, and action. Don't forget that this episode have been a very interesting one, but you can definitely join us next time, because each time is interesting, and we are speaking from our hearts. My name is Diko De Andrew. Thank you for tuning in.
Hello, and welcome to the Youth Pulse podcast with me, Diko De Andrew, where we discuss pressing issues of this generation with heartful conversation, inspiring stories, and diverse perspective on girl-child marriage, reproductive health, education, youth champions, and climate, among other compelling topics, meeting your needs. Join us today to be informed, empowered, and engaged. The Youth Pulse podcast is speaking from our hearts.